What do you think the kind of apparatus of the 4-year degree in college is going to look like in 20 years?
Oh, I mean, we're like day by day, that seems to be changing with GPT. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to interact with ChatGPT.
Absolutely. My entire show now is written by ChatGPT.
I mean, there's that's partially a joke.
It is only because it stopped looking at the internet in 2021. If it was current, I could completely just tune it out. No, I'm kidding. But it's a fascinating tool.
And it's changing the nature of how we do homework assignments. It's changing the nature of how we learn, how we look up new information, how we explore information, how we care about things we're interested in. I think it, I don't think we'll have value for a university degree in 20 years the way we do now. I just think it changes everything. I think language models, I mean, Google search has already, and Wikipedia has already transformed, I would say, our civilization, but there was still a value for basic education. I think that starts to dissipate with ChatGPT. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't think there's a university the way we think of a university in 20, 30 years.
I mean, I have a personal interest in it in that my daughter is 10 months old,
yeah,
and I'm doing the 529 account. I'm going through the motions as if,
yeah,
but I also recognize, if she went to the schools I went to, just with the rate of tuition increase, you're talking $200K a year by the time she's 18. And what happens with wages relative to that? This is like separate from the technological thing. And in my mind, I'm thinking, is this going to continue being the right path? What I would love to see is so many people that I interact with just by virtue of what I do have no foundation in critical thinking, epistemology, philosophy, media literacy. And if there were some way to make that the core of some basic education that everybody's receiving, which goes beyond, ChatGPT can do so many things, but I've not yet seen good examples of how it can teach you to think. Maybe you have a different view on how ChatGPT can teach a user to think. Mm-hmm. But those skills seem to be so lacking in so many of the people I interact with. If there's any positive change to come from a changing dynamic with higher education, I wish it would be to go in that direction.
Well, no, ChatGPT is actually much better at helping me think than any educator, even books that I've encountered, because it's very good at presenting the full picture, even better than a lot of Wikipedia articles. On questions like did the virus leak from a lab, did the COVID leak from a lab? It just presents to you all the different hypotheses, the amount of evidence available to it. It's like a full, calm, objective picture of it. There's no partisanship. It's like a really nice list of things that's available.
But I guess what I mean is, does it tell you how, as a thinking human, you should evaluate the strength of each of the paragraphs it presents to you?
You can literally ask.
You can ask it to do it. Oh, fair. Okay. Yeah.
And then it's actually it's fun to ask ChatGPT that question because you'll get good answers to that. And so you'll basically have a kind of Socratic, like a deep, intimate, like great podcast style conversation with an AI system every single day for as many hours as you want, especially as it improves, as the interfaces by which you communicate with the thing improves. So yeah, I think it will do exactly that, which is teach you how to think, because you will offload the memory of facts and equations and whatever else school teaches you. You'll offload that to AI. And instead, you'll be using your human mind, which is what it, for now at least, uniquely good at, which is asking good questions, thinking through the complexities of issues when there's multiple perspectives on it, all of that.
Well, then I stand corrected. Maybe then I don't know what college is going to be in 20 years.
Well, but you were sort of commenting, I see, to the financial aspect of it. Like, why does it even make sense at this point? I'm thinking about the transformative effects of AI and what it starts to ask, what is even education?
Right.
What is the purpose of education? So one is to give you kind of a background knowledge on a bunch of different topics, but the other is to discover the thing you're truly passionate about and the thing you're really good at. such that you can make money and you can contribute to society and have a fulfilling life.
Yeah,
And I
and
think
also learning to interact with other people,
with that
relationships are built, socializing, and so many other things as well.
But is that, that is the big value of university.
Yeah.
And maybe it should be called something else.
Can you get that for less than $200K a year somewhere else? Yeah, no, it's a fair question.
It's a kind of social club.
And one of the things I think about also is people who are well connected. I mean, this has always been, this isn't new, right? But if you're well connected and you have a sort of drive towards entrepreneurship and doing your own thing, and you're not pursuing a field that is very licensing dependent like medicine or law, getting started 4 years earlier with some internships can be a privilege in some cases. But again, that path is available to the people that would likely do well regardless of whether they went to college. And so it's a very privileged, self-selected group anyway.